What do I do at 23 with over 500K coming my way? I work for a startup that is probably getting acquired soon, and my ISOs will be worth roughly 500K. After taxes. What do I do now to set myself up for the next 5-10 years? Should I speak to a tax professional to see if there's a way around paying full income tax on the ISO sale? Edits. Seriously appreciate all the responses. Seems like the best move is just invest in index funds and hold in HYSA until I have a better plan. House, new startup, etc. Retirement, my guy. IRA or something. Definitely speak to a tax guy about it to see what the implications are. 23-year-old me would have blown it. Don't be like 23-year-old me. Did you do an 83B when you were granted the shares? At your age and that amount of dollar, you should be looking to be setting yourself up for life. Do not radically change your lifestyle. Enjoy some of it now, but invest the rest and let compound interest do its thing. Since a lot of it won't be in a retirement account, you'll want to look for investments that don't incur a lot of taxable income every year, or at least be prepared to pay those taxes annually. Max out your Roth IRA contributions every year as long as you have enough earned income so you'll have some money in a tax-advantaged account. Even that by itself has the potential to grow quite a bit given how young you are. Make sure you don't qualify for a QSBS, being you worked for a startup could save you thousands in taxes. Don't count your eggs before they hatch. Set yourself up with a strong financial pipeline that includes both short, long-term and retirement savings and investments. There are tons of free resources online, or find a FA who is also willing and happy to teach you while they work for you. Then when the windfall hits, you already have a plan in place and can just bounce it into your accounts. When I was your age, I traveled on and off for a few years. I didn't have that kind of money, but I did have flight benefits through a family member. I would travel a bit with maybe $50,000 or even less. You'll really expand your horizons and see the world in a more natural light through the rest of your life. Those saying to save it all probably did not have the ability to see the world in their 20s. So now they hope for retirement. Suggest reading the wikis on personal finance and Boglehead to get a basic understanding. There is a section on windfall. Recommend getting the tax stuff straight. Maybe post on taxes forum. But then don't commit until you really know what you want to do. Congrats. Buy a 2019 F-Type R. Go on a vacation or 3. Invest the rest in indices and don't touch it till you're older. Consulting with a tax person is a good idea. I know nothing about your situation other than knowing it's better to spread that type of thing out over a few years so you don't have a huge taxable income in one year. I know you mentioned stock options, but just to make sure, are they stock appreciation rights? Buy a nice memory foam mattress that will last you 10 years minimum, a plan to get 8 hours of sleep for the next 10 years. You'll spend a third of your life in bed and maybe some extra time on it getting lucky. And don't skimp on the sheets or pillows. I recommend bamboo sheets and double duvets. Then open a taxable account after you max your Roth IRA or 401k. But honestly, spend more on your bed than you normally would because your older self will thank you. Speak with a tax professional to see if there are any ways to reduce the amount of taxes you pay on the sale of your ISOs. Give it to me. Lol. Seriously. Pick few index fund and slowly invest all of it. You will thank yourself 10 years from now. Check your tax laws, but you could easily buy a house in cash and have a good remaining sum. Max out few mobile games and enjoy sense of pride and accomplishment. Send me the money and it will be in good hands. Seriously? I mean, I suppose it is possible, but assuming you had 1 year to vest your shares. You made $500K after taxes from the grants in your first year as an entry-level employee? Pay off any debt you may have. Set aside 6-month emergency fund. Max out your IRA 401k. Invest the rest. If I were op, I would max retirement accounts for this year and next, and use about $400K for a down payment on a house or payment in full if possible. Given the interest rate environments, it would seem foolish not to do this. You should talk to a tax professional to determine if traditional is more appropriate for the year you receive the windfall, and potentially max out the Roth vehicles for the following year. Only 23. You should put your money in a savings like Schultz or another company. Let the money grow. Do not use a bank. Financial institutions are better, much more coming back to you before you know it. You'll be 63 years old. Believe me, time flies. At that age you can retire and enjoy your golden years. All these people saying IRA, but I would buy a house. Cash man shrugging, light skin tone. Those ISOs are only worth that if someone is willing to buy them. So unless it's some major company acquiring you, they aren't really worth anything. $500,000 at Wealthfront. HYSA 4.8 gives you $2,000 mo. Move in with your parents so you save on rent. Food. Use that $2,000 mo money from your job to start investing in $VU in a brokerage account. Play around with it a bit. Take some risks. Once you get a good idea, then start allocating funds as you see fit. Once you've learned the ropes, take that $500,000 back out and dump it into your desired portfolio allocation. Put it into a low-index SP 500 fund and you can spend around $40,000 per year of that money without it ever really disappearing, not accounting for tax yet. Find some fixed income CDs or whatever that pays 5% interest or better and get an extra $500-ish a week for the rest of your life. $500K to a financial advisor. That money will grow and generate you about $20K a year in interest. You can sit back and collect roughly $1,600 checks every month while the money grows over time. I'll get downvoted for this, but honestly, a properly executed annuity can be perfect solution to this. Tax advantaged and high yields. Go interview a few financial advisors. Do not give them a lot of details on your situation. Find one that you believe fits your personality. Once you do that, have them do a financial plan with you to review your goals, wishes, and dreams that you want to accomplish. Start thinking about what retirement looks like. Once that is done, follow the plan and update it as goals change. Put the money in a trust to help. Park it in a whole life insurance policy. It will be worth millions in a few years and you can take payments against the policy and it keeps accruing interest until you retire. Compounded, it will be worth $27 million in 50 years, plenty to live off of, and if you are ever sued, insurance cannot be taken from you. Nice, congrats. You've hit the dream. I would consult with a professional on this. Tax person and maybe even a wealth management professional, someone that charges a flat fee and doesn't invest for you, make money off your earnings. Take $50K for yourself, put it in an high interest savings like Ally Bank, and invest the rest in a target date fund through a Vanguard individual brokerage or in the 3-way portfolio Bogle Heads option through a Vanguard individual brokerage. If you've got a big upcoming expense like a trip worth it or car, get a used one, or wedding. Though you can do this on a budget, then take the amount for that and put it into a high interest savings account like Ally also.